Hi there, I'm Daniel Markham. I wrote the domain model for domain modeling, and this week we're talking about critical path learning at scale, which is my third book, and we're talking about size of teams, types of teams, and sizes of teams. I have my little notes here. The first one's intro. So this is the intro accomplished. What are we doing? We're working this model. Why are we doing it? Well, the problem we come up with is talking about extreme programming and program management and all these other really complicated subjects and trying to have some sort of theoretical underpinning for what we're doing instead of just maybe having some old angry dude tell you this is the right way of doing things. If we have a reason for why we're doing it, we probably do it better. And so what we've done here, what I've done is come up with a meta model or underlying model for why teams learn, why extreme programming and some practices work better than others. Now that we have a model, we can reason with it. My next question is, isn't this pretentious? Yes, it is. I mean, quite pretentious. And but this is the way programming works, guys. You take a problem, you learn all you can about it, you create some sort of internal model, and use that model to reason about that problem. Once you've done sort of reasoning about that, you make sure it's consistent, usually by using a programming language. Then you can use the consistent model you created to experiment in the real world. This is actually how philosophy becomes science, but I'll start raining if I keep going like that. But we are doing sort of applied philosophy or systems architecture or programming or just bullshitting, whatever works for you, buds. Last question, are you full of shit? Yes, I am. No more than, or no less than anybody else. I try to tell you when I've made things up. For instance, this the ladder of learning here, I borrowed some of that from a really cool architectural guy. I have the book I'm going to quote. Also borrowed a lot from Plato and Aristotle and Hume and the problem experimentation. There's a ton of stuff. So yes, I am full of crap, and I've made quite a bit up. I will try to identify those parts for you. So this week, what I've tried to do is take our model of learning and look at what types of teams we might have based on the type of learning they need to do, with the caveat that one team may have to do more than one type of thing, of course, right? But if we just group teams by the type of learning they have to do, we end up with about 7 different kinds of teams. We've got sole creator, we got a value discovery team, we have service teams, both standardized and customized, or customized and standardized, and the product teams, standardized and customized. And then we have nemesis, which is sort of absorbing the world of life. Those are the only 7 types of learning I believe teams can do. Might be wrong, we'll find out. And based on that type of learning, different sizes work different ways. You're not going to have a 15-person team come up with a really cool way to wage a war, for instance, or to write a novel. Large groups of people can't do that because creativity at its very root is sort of internal to the person. So sole creator is the only sort of, if you're creating stuff, you're doing it by yourself. Value discovery is when a group of people come together and take their various creative ideas and try to entertain themselves or come up with something that either they or other people might enjoy. And I provide some examples in the essay. From there we go to highly customized services, highly standardized services. You know what a service is, right? There's some discussion about the difference between a service and a product. I know, especially IT, we love to confuse those two. I've tried to define that a little more clearly for purposes of our conversation. These are all types of learning. And once we can sort of group types of learning by category, well, we can talk about all kinds of cool stuff, like how does artificial intelligence work, right? What are the current problems with the way we're doing deep learning? What would be the proof that a machine actually was intelligent? This is the Turing test, right? And the Turing test looks different when you look at it from the terms for this ontological model we have. Cool stuff. Lots more to come. I sort of really had a hard time getting motivated this week because it's kind of like the guy who ran the marathon and he was like 100 feet from the end and just walks away. Because this is kind of all the modeling and also the foundational stuff I really need to do. The rest is just writing the third book. As a reminder, I have 2 books upcoming. Book number 2 will be programming, because people are like, dude, stop bullshitting. Just show us you how to be a better programmer, which I think is an awesome question. And that seems rather easy to me, which is why I'm not working on it. Then this third book, which is Critical Path Learning at Scale, which was quite gnarly. It was a son of a bitch. But I think I've got enough of a model that we can get the hammer out and bang away at it some. I think there's some cool stuff here. I haven't seen a edge case yet, but I am very happy to be wrong about all of this. You guys be good. I will see you. I am Daniel Markham, and I will see you on the internet.